going. Yay! All right, so Nancy's gonna be first. Let me spotlight your video, Nancy, so that we can get you. There we go. Spotlight your video. There you are. Nancy, hi, everybody. You are online and live, and I'm gonna let you go to it, girl.
Okay. Hi, I'm Nancy Lagan, and I have loved this stack cooker for over 25 years. And the reason is it's one of the first products that came out. You can cook a meal in the microwave in 30 minutes or less. And the best part, it's made of Lexan polycarbonate. It doesn't stain, it doesn't break. You can cook on high heat. You can't ruin the interior of it. So it's amazing. And years ago, we used to have 6-in-1 and done. And that was you could cook 6 meals in one night, have it all done, and then freeze all your meat and make 6 different dinners. And we did that right in the stack cooker. And one of the things that you can do with it is you can take 3 pounds of ground beef and you can put it right in the colander part inside the 3-quart casserole. And you cover it and you cook it at 6 minutes a pound. And you get it all ready cooked. And then you put it in your Power Chef and you chop it all up. And then you can put it in freezer mates and you can freeze it 1 pound at a time. So if you're making tacos, you take out a pound. And so it really works great. There's 4 different parts to the stack cooker. We have the 3-quart casserole. We have the 1 3/4 quart casserole. We have the colander, and then we have the 3/4 quart cover. And you can cook in all of these either inverted, separately, or together. The original way that it was designed was to make a stack cook meal. Put your vegetables in the bottom or your potatoes or whatever you're cooking. Your meat always goes in the center because when you're cooking, you can tell that the center is going to get hotter. And when you cover it, so that the meat needs to cook completely through. Another thing that's really great about this is it has a cone. Now, when you put the cone inside the 3-quart casserole, you can do all kinds of things. You can make a cake with any can of pie filling, a cake mix, and 3 eggs. Mix it all up, bake it for 12 minutes, and then always let it sit 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after. And you can have a delicious cake made in no time at all in your home. But what I love to do with this stack cooker is to take this little cone and take a little roasting chicken and shove this thing up its wazoo. And he sits up there like this, right in the stack cooker, okay? So he's on the cone. And then you take the 1 3/4 quart casserole and cover it. And your little chicken cooks in 6 minutes a pound. So if it's a little 4-pound chicken, it's 24 minutes. And when it comes out, now it isn't going to brown, but let me tell you, it's the juiciest, tenderest chicken you ever tasted. Another really great thing you can do with our stack cooker is take it and use this cover as a plate. Take a whole head of cauliflower and then you cover it. You don't have to put any water or anything on it. You cover the cauliflower with the 3-quart casserole, put it in the microwave and cook it. When it comes out, you take mayonnaise and mustard and cheese and you spread it all over and then you put it back in for a few minutes and the cheese melts on the cauliflower and you serve it right on the plate. This cover can also be used on a regular plate to cover your food and keeps it splatterproof in your microwave. So there's all kinds of things you can do. But tonight, what I'm going to show you is how to cook 3 appetizers in 15 minutes in your microwave. And what's really great is if you're having company and you need appetizers, this is the recipe. There's a hot crab dip that we're gonna make, and that gets made in the 3-quart casserole. Then we're gonna do spicy franks in the 1 3/4 quart casserole. And then we're gonna invert the cover and we're gonna make pizza pepperoni dip. And I did post these recipes on the Facebook champion page tonight for you, so you can go home and make them. And I have prepared beforehand some of the products so you won't have to watch me, soften my cream cheese and all of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the hot crab meat. And the hot crab dip starts with an 8-ounce package of softened cream cheese. So I've already softened it in the microwave and you put it right inside there. And then you take a 1/2 cup of mayo and you put the 1/2 cup of mayo right inside with the cream cheese. Okay. And then what we're going to do is take green onions. We're going to take a 1/2 cup of green onions, and of course in my chop and prep, I am going to put our green onions and just chop them right in there. And if you're doing this demonstration at a Tupperware party, you just don't even want to wash your hands because you want the people at the party to be preparing the appetizers. You're just talking, and that will get them to purchase the products. And so when you chop up your green onions, and a 1/2 cup, and that looks like about a 1/2 cup, so I'm just going to dump them all in there. And it might be a little over, a little under, but I love green onions anyway, so it'll come out really great. And then what we're going to do is take a can of crab meat. And of course, we're gonna open that can of crab meat with our can opener that's amazing. And you just lock it on like that. And you can do it like Sam does it, where you flip it around backwards, or you can just turn it like this until it clicks. And when it clicks, it's open. And then you just take the little part right here and pull the cover right off. Now I'm gonna drain this crab meat in a colander so that I get all of the liquid out of the crab meat. And this is a can of fancy crab meat, and it usually has less particles in it and stuff if you buy the fancy crab meat. So it is all drained, and we're gonna put that whole 6-ounce can right inside this mixture, okay? And then you can add white wine, and I didn't have white wine, so I'm not gonna put it in. But if you had white wine, it does take 2 tablespoons of dry white wine. Also, it takes, this is 1 tablespoon of horseradish. And all you're gonna do, and it has for parsley, but I didn't have any parsley, so you know what? We don't put it in. And you just mix this all up. I don't know if you can see me mixing it. You just mix it all together so that the crab mixes in with the cream cheese and the mayo. And when it comes out, you're gonna just dip it in crackers, and you're gonna see how delicious that tastes. 1 appetizer down and 2 to go. Now what we're gonna do is take the 1 3/4 quart casserole, and we're gonna stack it right inside. And we're gonna take, the recipe calls for 2 packages of hot dogs cut up in little pieces, but I only had 1 package, so we're gonna make 1 package. So I'm gonna take 1 package of hot dogs cut up. Now this recipe is really good with meatballs, so if you wanna make your own meatballs or buy frozen meatballs and you use this recipe, it's delicious. The best recipe is with the currant jelly and the mustard. Well, I went to 3 stores, could not find currant jelly. So I'm using a recipe that I've used for 100 years with meatballs, and it's chili sauce and grape jelly. It sounds really gross, but it's really delicious. But because I'm using 1 package of hot dogs instead of 2, I'm gonna use half of the chili sauce, and I'm gonna use a smaller amount. It's supposed to be 1 small jar of grape jelly. Well, I'm going to use a little bit less than that because I have only 1 package. And when this cooks in the microwave for the 15 minutes, it comes out and it tastes like barbecue sauce. You just mix it up over the hot dogs, just like that, and the grape jelly goes into the chili sauce and makes like a barbecue sauce all over it, and then you just serve it with toothpicks. It's really delicious. 2 appetizers down. The third one's gonna be made in the cover, the 3/4 quart, and this is also made with cream cheese. Now I took a beater, and you beat the cream cheese and the 1/2 cup of sour cream together. And so then what you do is you mix it all in here. And I think I'm going to continue to mix it in here before I pour it in the cover, because there's not a lot of room to mix it in the cover. So I have a 1/2 cup of sour cream and 1 8-ounce cream cheese. I've already pre-measured out pepperoni, but I didn't have pepperoni, so guess what? I used salami. Same kind of thing. You just dump in that, okay? And then you dump in your spaghetti sauce, 1/2 cup of spaghetti sauce. That goes right in with the cream cheese. And then I'm gonna dump in a 1/2 cup of mozzarella cheese. And I've already pre-measured that, and I've already grated it with our cheese grater. Don't buy those bags in the store because there's sawdust in the bags of grated cheese. Always use our cheese grater. Okay, it calls for green pepper. I don't like green pepper, so guess what? I'm not gonna put it in. See, you take these recipes and you tweak them to be who you are and what you love to eat. Also, a chopped onion. So I'm going to take our chop and prep again and dump the onion in there, and it calls for a 1/2 cup of chopped onions. So I'm going to put it back in there and chop it. And it's probably about a 1/2 cup when I'm done. Oh, that looks like a 1/2 cup. Okay, so I'm gonna put that right in there. And mix it all up. And all you do is mix it up, and I'm gonna pour this in the cover of the step cooker. I wanna tell you that if you're cooking meat, it's always 6 minutes a pound. If the meat has a bone in it, like if you're doing pork chops that has a bone in it, it's 7 minutes a pound. And if you're doing shrimp or any kind of fish or seafood, it's only 3 minutes a pound. And did you know you can take your ears of corn and you can cook ears of corn in here in 2 minutes per ear, and it's all done very quickly. Then what you can do is you can put it right in here, your ears of corn, and then you can take it out of here and out of the water, if you do it in the water, and then put butter on it and then just shake it, and all the butter goes all over your ears of corn. This is done, so I'm going to pour that right inside the cover and just spread it around, and I am done. And what is the greatest part is that in less than 10 minutes, and maybe it would take you 15 if you're, doing all the pre-measuring like I already prepared to do. But here you have pepperoni dip, pizza dip, hot dogs, spicy hot dogs, and crab dip stacked 15 minutes in the microwave, and all of them are ready to go. So I want to tell you that when you are having company, you can make these a day ahead, and you can put the seals and seal them up, the 2 bottom containers. And when you get home from work, peel the seals, you're ready for a party on a Friday night. And what's really great is this stack cooker is really great deal right now, because this is your opportunity kit that I have right here. And it's $350 of supplies and Tupperware that you get for just $39 down. And right now, when you say yes to our opportunity of Tupperware and try it for 60 days, you can add this beautiful stack cooker for just $25. So it's a really great deal. We'd love to have you join our team, and I'll be back to show you the food and taste the food. Bye.
Hi, Nancy. I'm sorry. We're actually typing here. I know you can't see that because you're over there. So we had some really great comments, and some people that thought, oh my gosh, some of your combinations sounded a little weird together, like mayonnaise and mustard. And we were like, no, it sounds like it's a weird in a good way. And some of your other girls said that you've done it before and everyone loved it.
It's delicious, delicious.
People are saying you got them hungry, they're drooling.
Good.
And so, yeah, let's see what else. They said, thank you, awesome. Oh my gosh, that's so wonderful. I can't, I'm going to tell you what I loved, and I did comment on here and say, is I loved that you're doing 3 completely different things all at once. And you did it so quick and so easy. So that
easy.
It is so easy, and everybody needs this product in their home. They need it. And Becky says, I just went and printed the recipes because I have to make these. So awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Nancy. Make sure you guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and post them. And then if I get the questions after, we'll make sure we go over all the questions. So I'm going to take you off for a moment. Okay, Nancy?
Okay, sounds good. Bye.
Thank you so much. My gosh, I wasn't hungry. I ate dinner, but now I'm thinking I might want something. I don't know. It sounded really, really good. Okay, so she does have great recipes and great ideas. I think what I love so much about Nancy is she has so many different ideas. And Nancy, you can bring all of that to Rally tomorrow, and they'll eat it up for you. That's what they say.
That's what I'm going to do, because if I cook it now, I'll make it and cook it. Maybe I won't cook it. I'll cook it for my girls at Rally, since we have a wonderful step up tomorrow night and it's exciting. Ooh. So maybe I'll just serve my team this food.
Oh, that's not nice.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh, it's okay. It'll be all right. We'll be happy for your team and know that, maybe you could get your director to bring it for you. Not me, because I won't be there, but maybe you'll get your other director to do that. But, so yeah, no, it was great. I'm really excited for you guys to try that. And you know what you guys should do is whenever you try anything like of the recipes, you should take a picture of it and post it and tag the person in it that you got the recipe from, so we can see what it turned out to be like and what you liked about it. So awesome idea. Awesome idea. I love it. Oh, and I was just going to say, and I got sidetracked, but that happens. It says, like your fuzzy helper, Sam. My fuzzy helper. What's my fuzzy helper? My fuzzy helper. My cat?
The cat was in your video a minute ago.
Oh, my cat. Oh, Oh, I see. I get it. Sorry. I didn't get that. What I was going to say is that Nancy is part of the Core 4, and what you guys might not know is the Core 4, the 4 people that's going to be training you all month long. And you know how we pick something different every month, and so we had Core 4 for January and February. And so starting the month of March, or excuse me, ending the month of February, we had Nancy the whole month. So we got to see her all month long, and we have new people starting next week. That's what I was trying to say. Anyway, so let's get started on the fun. Let's see, I gotta find her on here. Where are you? Jenny, there you are. She's so excited. I know it. She's gonna bring us the fun. So Jenny, go ahead and get started on the fun.
Hey everybody, my internet connection keeps saying it's unstable, so if I freeze up, just hang in there with me. I'll be back, apparently, because, you know, it's the internet and there's nothing I can do about that. So we are going to talk about fun. A lot of the fun that we've talked about this month has been at the party. So what we're going to talk about tonight is you need to start the fun before the party. The fun has to start before that party ever starts, to let your hostess know that you're going to have a good time. So I went to one of my go-to places to find out the definition of fun. And SpongeBob, because I have grandkids, SpongeBob's definition of fun is the F is for friends, the U is for you and me, and the N is for anytime and anywhere. Now, I'm sure he sings it, and I'm going to spare you all that. But I thought that was pretty good. Friends, you and me, and anytime and anywhere. So what you want to do is make sure that you can see your notes. You want it to be fun. You want it to be entertaining and enjoyable and a little bit amusing, whether you're dating on the phone or in person, because to get people to, you can't walk up to somebody or get on the phone and say, "Hi, how would you like to date a Tupperware party?" It's a lot of fun. That sounds like about as much fun as going to the dentist's office on a Thursday afternoon, okay? You don't want to do that. That is not where you want to go. So if you're talking to somebody, you just kind of, and you know, we talked about the 80-20 rule with the Facebook posts. That's kind of the same thing with when you're talking to people. You can't talk to people and be 95% Tupperware after you say, "Hi, how are you?" You know, if you ask somebody how they are, listen to them for a second and find out. You know, you can't say, "Hey, how you doing? You want to have a Tupperware party?" No, that doesn't really cut it. So when you ask somebody, you know, "How are you?" Listen to what they have to say, because they're going to come up with one of essentially just a couple of general answers. One of them is, "Oh, I've been so busy." Okay, well, if they've been busy, that's your clue that they need a little bit of downtime and some fun with their friends. Okay, so remember that when they say that. And I have people that say, "Oh, I've been so stressed out. There's so much going on." Okay, so these people need to relax a little bit. They need a couple hours during the evening where there's not a lot of stress, or they're tired, and I can deal with that. You know, they're tired. They work all day. They come home, and they're just so tired. That's great. We can show them how to not spend the rest of their night in the kitchen. So, or they say, this is my favorite one, "I'm just fine." No information there at all. There's nothing. You don't know if they're stressed, if they're happy, if they're sad, if they just want you to shut up. You got nothing with fine. So what you need to come back with on that was, well, good. What would it take to make that fine a fantastic? And see where they say from there. And then you want to kind of roll with that and say, "Listen, you know what would be fun? What about if we got just a couple of your friends together and we can do, you know, just a real quick little thing with the theme. What kind of theme do you like? What kind of food? What's your favorite kind of food?" So when you ask them this, you have to have like thoughts in your head about what they're going to say. So you can suggest things. And a lot of you that are new, you don't have a lot of the other products to make. Like if you don't have the stack cooker, you can't make 3 things at one time right yet. But Tupperware sends you the stuff to make all kinds of things anyway. So if you have the kit, you can make salsa. However, to say, let's have a salsa party also does not sound like a tremendous amount of fun. But if you say, let's have Mexican night, I can make salsa, you can buy some Doritos, it can be really simple, we can have a good time. You know, maybe as the hostess, I can bring you a sombrero to wear, and we can play some Mexican music, and if, you know, depending on where you're going, what you're doing, they can have a little cerveza or whatever, you know, I don't know. But make it sound like a good time. There's some other things you can do. If you've got the pressure cooker or the grill, you can suggest an indoor barbecue night and do barbecue chicken or the sliders, something like that. I like, especially with the stack cooker right now, you can tell them, you know, let's have a dynamic dessert night. I can make a cake really fast in the pressure cooker, and while that, or in the stack cooker, and while that cake's cooking, we can make some ice cream in the Power Chef and just have a really good time, just a real quick dessert. You know, it just sounds fun. I also like, and this is with the stack cooker too, we can have fast food meals. And when people think fast food, they think I'm gonna drive through and I'm gonna do this. But we can show those people that are tired and stressed how to do fast food meals in their kitchen, way cheaper, and have a good time doing it, because they can help you do it, they can have a good time. And the other thing, okay, I've got two more suggestions for themed things. Soup for the soul. I love that. There are so many different kinds of soups you can make in the pressure cooker, and you can do those, find their favorite ones. You can do chili or potato soup, chicken noodle soup, vegetable soup, and they can freeze those, and they can have them over the course of the next month or so. And we're coming on March Madness. Now, there are very few things in life that I like less than basketball. Cooking. Cooking and basketball, two of my least favorite things. But a lot of people love basketball. And they have parties, and they have people over, and they don't want to spend all night in the kitchen because they want to watch those basketball games. So if you have a fan food night, where you can do like the appetizers that Nancy just did, you can do 3 appetizers in 15 minutes. Everybody gets something to eat, you get to watch the game, and you don't have a ton of dishes to do whenever you're all done. So just some ideas to start with to make people think and make them realize that the party's going to be fun, that you're not going to walk in there, say, hi, I'm your Tupperware lady. Here's a couple of things, and I need to get your orders now, because that's not fun. That's not a good time. Ask questions, okay? And this is more like Facebook fun. If you're going to have a Facebook party, your Facebook party has to be fun. It can't be boring, or people are gonna just not look. So you wanna ask questions like, you know, what's your favorite food? And then you can kind of showcase something they could make that in. Where's your favorite place to eat out? And what do you like to eat when you get there? Again, you can show them how to make that. Or what do you do to get your kids away from the TV or off the iPad or out of their phone? Because you can show people how easy it is for their kids and their grandkids to use our products to cook. And they can get them in the kitchen, they can have a good time. I remember making cookies with my grandmother, and it was an all afternoon thing, and it was great, and I loved it. And she did dishes forever, and God bless her heart, we rolled those things out, and we did cutout cookies and all that stuff. And I am not that grandma. That is not happening. My grandkids walk in the back door, and my 6-year-old granddaughter goes, Grandma, can we make a cake in that thing that goes in the microwave? Yes, ma'am, you sure can. That is 2 dishes and done. There is no big mess going on there, and she loves it. She can practically do it all by herself. I mean, I pay attention because she's 6, but you know, before too long, I have a 9-year-old, well, I'm 12 now, but when she was 9, she made the ombre cake in the stack cooker one year. She was so proud of herself. She put that thing all over Facebook, and it was at Easter time. So she made 1 layer pink, 1 layer blue, and 1 layer purple. And it was the most colorful cake you have ever seen in your life. But she was so happy with it. We frosted it, put some Easter sprinkles on the top, and she still talks about that cake. And, you know, it was a good time. We had fun. Go live on your Facebook parties. Sam was just talking about that. Go live. People love to see live videos. I like to see live videos. And this is going to really shock you. This is probably the most shocking news of the night. Nobody watching your live video is worried about your hair and your makeup. Nobody. They don't care. They, you know, you get on there and you go, oh, I don't look good enough to get on Facebook. I don't have my makeup done. I don't have my hair done. Now, I don't suggest you climb on there whenever you've just gotten out of bed with your PJs on. But, you know, it's not really the, nobody expects you to look like Jennifer Aniston when you get on there. You look like Jennifer Aniston, you wouldn't have to do Facebook parties. You could do anything you wanted to do. So just, you know, go on there and be yourself. Now, in my case, I have to tone that down to be my socially acceptable self, but that's okay. You know, you can, you know how to do that. Get on there and just have a good time. Be yourself. Let your personality come through just like you would at a party. Because if all you're doing is posting pictures and giving them prices on a Facebook party, you might as well just send them to the catalog first thing and just go, hey, if you want to order anything, let me know. You know, and that's not how to run a Facebook party if you want to do them. Home parties are always the best, but there you go. Now, let me see, how am I doing on time, Sam? I got okay? The other thing you can do for some fun before the party, send your hostess a card. Tell her how much you're looking forward to being there, like an in the mail, snail mail card. Once you have her party, if there were people there that were a lot of fun, send them a card too. You've got their address on the order form. Just send them a card saying, hey, it was great to meet you the other night. When you get your products, if you have any questions, please feel free to call me. I'll be happy to answer them for you. And then you can talk to them about having a party if they were wishy-washy, or a lot of times once people get their products, they're more likely and use them, they're more likely to have people come over to their house so they can see them too, because then they, you know what's going on. Real quick, we're going to go for fun book parties, because we all, you know, run into those people that they don't want to have a Facebook party, they don't want to have a home party, but yeah, I'll take a couple catalogs. Now, let me just throw this out there. If you give somebody 3 catalogs, they're going to get you 2 or 3 orders, because they're going to give them to one person, they're not going to get them back, and then, you know, so then they're still going to have that one catalog. So there are things you can do to make even a book party a good time. If they want to do your job for you, by all means let them, but let them have fun doing it. So right now, we've got those That's a Bowls coming out. You can have a That's a Party. And you put the catalogs and the sales flyers and some gadgety things in the bowl with order forms. Don't forget the order forms. They take the bowl and they pass out the catalogs and the flyers. People that order can get the gadget or maybe a keychain or something out of the bowl whenever they place their order. And you can tell your hostess, listen, if you get to $275, you can either get $25 worth of free Tupperware, or you can keep the bowl, whichever you prefer. And you know, they're walking around with that bowl. They fall in love with the bowl while they're walking around with it. So that's a great thing to have happen. You can have a grab bag party. And how I do that is I get a large gift bag, a really pretty large gift bag, something just real, you know, exciting. Give them the gift bag, and inside there have, you know, the little plastic kind of like see-through party bags. You can not fold, but, you know, like do this kind of thing with a catalog and a flyer. Stick it down inside those little sleeves with a citrus peeler and an order form, and they get to pass out the grab bags to their friends. That's the same thing you would do at a party, but you don't have to do it. They're doing it. The other one I like is if somebody says, well, I can pass them out at work, or I can leave it at the break room at work. Okay, make that a fun party. Don't let them just go in there and throw those books on the table in the break room, because you're going to get nothing out of that. So book that as a whistle while you work party, and give them a whole bunch of straws. Give them straws and catalogs and sales flyers and the order forms. Stick them in little bags so that they can give them to people, and everybody can whistle while they work. They might get out of work sooner because they might throw them out, but I didn't get what the grab bag was. It's just one of the little, you know, like at the dollar store, they have those sleeves of like I think it's 20 birthday bags and stuff like that. They're just clear, or they might be a color. You just put the little things, put your book and your order form and your sales flyer down in there with the citrus peeler. And they even come with little ties. So just tie the top, throw it in the big gift bag that your hostess gets. And that way she has something to carry her stuff around in, and everybody gets a little bag. So, and give them a lot of books. Give them a lot of catalogs that they can pass out. They don't cost that much. They're 50 cents a piece. And if you give somebody a 50-cent catalog and they place a $50 order, you're ahead of the game. If you have 50 catalogs sitting in your front room, but you don't want to give them to anybody just in case you need them later, then a week before the catalog's up, you're trying to figure out what to do with those things. And when you are, put them in a grab bag, put them in with a flyer, and start passing them out, because it's time to get that going. Okay, there's one more thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to go away. Take pictures and challenge the people on your Facebook parties and at your regular parties to take pictures. And tell your hostess, if you post pictures on my Facebook page of you inviting people to your party, or you passing out the catalogs for your catalog party, or something that you're going to do for your Facebook party, if you do that, for every picture you post, up to 7 pictures, I will add $10 in sales to your party. Now make sure you have pool money before you do that. But it gets them involved. It gets them posting pictures. People like to post pictures. They're fun. Selfies are a big thing. And it sounds like a lot of money for posting a picture. And if they post 7 pictures, you're going to put $70 on their pool balance. That's not costing you anything. It's just that, again, it's like the catalogs. It's just sitting there. And but it's more, they have to earn it more. They have to become involved, and you want your hostesses involved no matter what kind of party you're having. So, and when you close, make it a big deal that they got that money for posting those pictures. Don't just kind of go, well, I'm going to add $60. So I loved your pictures. You got $10 for this one. Look at that. You got $50 in extra sales because you posted those pictures. That was great. So just remember, people need to have fun, but they need to have fun before you get to the party, because they need to believe that you will have fun at the party. So your friends, you and me, anytime, anywhere, go watch a thing of SpongeBob, because he's just kind of funny, and you can go live in a pineapple under the sea for a while. Okay, Sam, you go.
I loved it. I have notes. I have great new fun ideas. You guys, I'm sure you do too, because she said things that I've never heard before. Maybe you've never heard them before. So it's okay if you guys are going to post your aha again, but if you have any ahas or anything you want to add or questions for Nancy or for Jenny right now, go ahead and post them here. We can talk about them, but don't worry, you're still going to be able to post your ahas on the champion page too. All right, so that was so awesome. I don't know, I thought I had 3 favorite things, but I'm going to tell you the whistle while you work. I really like that. That was so cute. And then I love to take the pics of them inviting people, or
I knew you would.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that was so good. I'm going to use that one. It was so good. I just love that one. That was good. Okay, so yeah, I got notes though, and it was really good. Okay, so let's see here. I have to find Becky. Where is Becky? There's Becky. Hello, Becky. Becky is going to be bringing the facts, and I know that you're going to have amazing facts. Let me get your video up. You are spotlighted. You may share the facts with us.
Hi, guys. Thank you, Sam and Jenny. Oh, my gosh. And Nancy, you guys are awesome. Two very tough acts to follow here. I will tell you that microwave cooking is something that I really love. I raised 6 kids using that Stat cooker because when they were little, I could make a 3-course meal and feed all 6 of them. As they grew up, I needed a couple of them. But I do, honestly, 85% of what I cook in the microwave. Why? Because it's quicker, it's easier, it's actually healthier, and it's more economical and more eco-friendly. So when I say that to people, sometimes they go, what? are you talking about? And I'm like, it's very true. It's very true. When you are cooking in your conventional oven and for about 100 hours cooking in your oven or on your stove, it's going to cost you about $75. When you cook for 100 hours in your microwave, it's going to cost you about $3. So that's pretty impressive when I tell people that. And also, I will tell you a little bit of differences about the microwave cooking, and I do explain this at my parties, usually while the stuff is cooking, just to kind of give you a time of when I actually tell people this. When you're cooking in the microwave on high, you want to make sure that you're starting from a raw state, because if you're cooking your leftovers on high, that's why they come out all dry and crusty around the edges and nobody wants to eat them. That is so the main reason why people don't save their leftovers, because they don't understand that they're already cooked. So when you put them in the microwave on high, you're cooking them twice. And honestly, if you cooked me twice, I'd be a little dry and crusty around the edges as well. So you want to use your reheat button. Most microwaves have a reheat button or a dinner plate button. The microwave knows to cycle it down. If you don't, you want to cycle it down, change the power level yourself to like 50 to 70%. Right? And that is the differences in our product. I love the Stack Cooker. I love that it's the Say Yes offer. Oh my gosh, it's like my second favorite all-time thing. And it is designed to withstand the high temperatures, which is why we can cook in it. All right, you can reheat up in it too, but you can cook in it. And other products that like the Crystal Waves and the cereal bowls and the microwavable plates and everything, they're all designed to be reheated, which means that, again, cycle that power level down 50 to 70%, because what happens is microwaves are attracted to the high fat and sugar contents in food. So if you are using those products with the high temperatures, that's why you get those pit marks on your inside of your products. And then we'll actually ask people, does anybody have a bowl at home that has little pit marks on the inside of your products? And 99% of the people do. Because either the bowl wasn't supposed to go in the microwave in the first place, or it wasn't supposed to go in on high. And once you put it in on high, then you throw it in your dishwasher. That's what makes it go white. Just to let you know that, little FYI there. And so you really need to be conscientious about what you're actually cooking your food in. Now, as far as the healthier thing goes, it is very true. When you are like boiling something on your stove, like if you're going to boil potatoes to make mashed potatoes, you actually lose about 70% of your vitamins and minerals. When you bake it in the oven, you still lose about 30%. But when you cook it in the microwave, you only lose 10. So it really is healthier to cook in the microwave. I often tell people that when I personally think when people buy a microwave, they should attend a microwave class, because most people don't understand how microwaves actually work. The other thing too is when you are cooking in the microwave, you have to be aware that when it beeps, the microwaves don't actually stop. Okay, they're in there and they're moving around and they're having their little party, and that's what's creating the friction that makes everything heat up. Okay, so when it beeps, those microwaves are still in there moving around. Okay, they have to have time to settle down, because they had a lot of fun. They were probably at one of Jenny's parties and they were having a lot of fun. So anyway, you have to let things cook or let things stand a quarter of the time that you cooked it. So if you cooked it for 10 minutes, it's got to stand for 2.5 before you even check to see if it's done. Okay, because it's not done cooking. And so you need to make sure you let that set so that it continues to cook before you check and make sure that it's done. And let's see what else the healthier, the more economical. It uses less energy. It's using less electricity to run, which makes it more eco-friendly to the planet. Okay, and then I think I covered them all. Also, a couple little tips about your microwave. It's easy, really super easy to clean your microwave. Now, obviously, if you're using Tupperware and you're always keeping it covered like we're supposed to, then nothing will ever splatter in your microwave. But if you're anything like me, and you have, especially if you have teenagers in your house, that doesn't always happen, and you get all the stuff, on the upside of your microwave. It's really funny, because whenever I date a microwave cooking class, the first thing my hostess says to me is, I got to clean my microwave. So anyway, it's really easy to clean your microwave. You take a cup of water and you add a teaspoon of vanilla or lemon juice, okay, to the water, stir it up, put it in your microwave, cook it for 5 minutes or until very steamy. Okay, it depends on your microwave size. And then you can literally just wipe it off with a damp cloth. So, and it also makes your kitchen smell really good. So that's like the easiest way to clean your microwave. And if you have an older microwave, sometimes you have like hot spots or cold spots in your microwave. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just reading what Pam Callahan said. Yes, it is. You're absolutely right. Tuppertherm is did I say Lexan polycarbonate? Okay, I didn't mean to. Anyway, also you have like hot and cold spots in your microwave, and you can test that by dampening a paper towel, laying it flat in the bottom of your microwave, and heating it for 1 minute on high. And then you can test the paper towel to see if there's any dry spots on it. That's how you know if you have hot or cold spots in your microwave. And that sometimes happens a lot when the older the microwave gets. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Thanks, Pam. And then to determine your microwave's wattage, because things cook at different speeds depending on the wattage of your microwave. And to determine the microwave wattage, you can boil 1 cup room temperature water. Okay. If it boils in 3 minutes, you have a 600 watt microwave. If it boils in less than 3 minutes, then you have a higher wattage microwave. I have a 1200 watt microwave, and mine boils in like a minute and a half. So that determines how quickly your water boils is how you can determine what the wattage of your microwave is. And sometimes that's handy when you're going to go do a party and you walk into the party and they have a really small microwave, because nowadays microwaves can be very deceiving. Small doesn't necessarily mean low wattage, but you want to know whether or not it has a low wattage, because the cakes will take longer to cook. Mine in my microwave, 1200 watts, I can do that cake that Nancy was talking about in 10 minutes. But in like a 750 watt microwave, it'll probably take closer to 15. So that's kind of handy to know when you're doing a microwave cooking class. Let's see, some baking hints that I have is, Nancy mentioned the corn on the cob. I do that all the time. Corn on the cob, 2 minutes per ear. It is amazing. Just a little bit of water. And what's really neat is when it's done cooking, you just go ahead, if you want to put your butter and salt right in the container and put the lid on it and just roll it around a little bit, and then it's all taken care of. You can just take it right out and eat it. I do that all the time. The boiling the potatoes that I mentioned. The other thing about cooking in the microwave, and you're going to cut and quarter those just like you normally would throw them into your pot of boiling water, but you're going to put them in your stack cooker. I use 3-quart because I make a lot, 6 kids, you know how that goes. And you don't even have to add water. I just rinse them off before I put them in there. So you just want enough to create steam. Oh, I like that. And then the taste difference is absolutely amazing. When I started in Tupperware 9 years ago, my youngest was 10, and his favorite food group, seriously, is mashed potatoes. He would eat that morning, noon, and night, that and popcorn. But when I started making the potatoes in the microwave instead of boiling them on the stove, even he could tell the difference in the taste. And I tell this story at my parties because he went to spend the night at a friend's house. And when he came home, I went through those, questions that you ask your kid. What did you do? What did you watch on TV? What did you have for dinner? Well, I got to the what did you have for dinner, and he's like, oh, we had mashed potatoes. I said, great, because I knew he ate and I knew he didn't complain. And he said, oh, they weren't as good as yours, Mommy. And I said, thank you so much. And I gave him his $1. No, I really didn't bribe him. But I said, did you tell the, mom about Tupperware? No, I didn't really do that either, because all of my children's mothers know that I sold Tupperware. But it was amazing to me that my 10-year-old could tell the taste difference, because you retain so much more of your vitamins and minerals. The taste is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Then the other couple other things that you can do here is, I got the little note about what Nancy said about the basic rule. Meats need to be cooked for 6 minutes per pound, except fish and eggs, they're only 3. And let's see if I have a couple other things. Here's one that I have discovered. When you're making in the microwave leavening ingredients, like the cake, okay, when you mix that cake together, kind of talk a little bit about the product or about the microwave while before you put that cake in the microwave, because it actually should sit for a couple minutes before you put it in the microwave, because leavening needs to happen in the cake mix, and microwaves cook it so much faster that it doesn't actually happen quite like it does in the oven. So it'll come out a lot better. If you make the cake and it doesn't rise very much, that's why. You have to let it set for a few minutes before you actually put it in the microwave. I think I'm good. I got a couple other things, but I can see the time, so I'm going to go ahead and stop. I will tell you, too, that I know I went really fast through a lot of this stuff. Guess what? You don't have to write it down. I have a paper, front and back. I print it out, and I hand it out to all the people at my microwave cooking classes, and I will upload this file onto the Champion website. So you guys will have this, everything I said, and a few more things as well.
That's great. Don't we love handouts, everybody? I know that's my favorite, because then when I miss something, I'm like, oh man, I wish I had that. And then there you go. Whenever I get surprised with a handout, it always makes me feel real good. You know what Ellen does? Ellen will not tell us when she's do team meetings. She wouldn't tell us if she had a handout until it was all over, so we would take notes.
I did the same thing.
Right. And then we would ask at the end, like, oh, we missed something. You went too fast. She goes, oh, I have it in a handout. We're like, oh, we wish you would tell us that. She's so smart, and so are you. So I love that. I think my favorite thing was the leavening. Well, I like the microwave cooking thing, but the leavening was neat too. I never knew that. That was really neat. Neat information. I'm sorry, I got cold. It's cold here in California. It's warmer in Ohio right now than it is right now.
I find that very hard to believe. I'm sitting in front of a wood-burning stove, Sam.
Oh,
it's cold
well,
here.
you guys have like it was like 70 degrees. We haven't hit 70s in like a month.
It was 25
and then
today.
it snowed.
25
Yeah.
today.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, never mind. 34 today. Oh no. No, it was in the 50s. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to complain. A little bit I did. That's okay. All right. Well, you guys, I was impressed with all of you guys. I mean, I don't know why I was impressed. I knew you guys were going to be amazing. And I have notes from all three of you. And I know all of you guys have notes as well. So let me end the recording real quick so we can do.
Well, wait, do we get to see Nancy's food?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Okay, where's Nancy? Thank you, Jenny. I forget that stuff. Let's see. Where are you, Nancy? Here you are. Nancy, let's see your food.
Okay, let's see how I'm going to do this here. There. This is the pizza. Let me see. Hold on. There's the pizza pepperoni dip. Can you guys see it?
Ooh, yum.
Here is the hot dogs. Wait.
Oh, yum. That looks like you just put it in a crock pot forever, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the grape jelly just mixes with the chili sauce. And here is the crab dip. And like they do on the cooking channel, they always taste their food.
I want the crab dip right now.
Good.
Oh, it looks so good. Oh my gosh. I want the crab dip right now. I think I might send my husband to the store tonight. Be like, honey, go to the store. Crab dip. I just
Has
might do
anybody
that.
done the crab dip with shrimp instead?
You could do shrimp. You could do anything you want. Yeah, you don't have to do crab. And you can put in anything else that you want to make it flavorful to your taste buds.
Yeah, you can do chicken if you like. Like if you don't like seafood, yeah. And yeah, Becky says you're eating in front of us. Yeah, you're eating.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. That's so funny. Thank you, Nancy. Let's see.
Thanks, it was fun.
All right, let me end the recording real quick, you guys, and then we'll do the next little step here.